Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your July outlook. We are going to get right into cutting your deck and beginning to pull out the energies for this monthly reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's jump right into it. We have the Tower, failure, sorrow, Seven of Pentacles, strife, Five of Wands, and Princess of Cups. All right, so these are some heavy energies, right, Aquarius, right away for July. We are looking at some heavy stuff. Tower moment, a feeling of wanting to review what you've achieved up until now, and trying to decide, are you failing, are you succeeding? And then we have strife here, Five of Wands, argumentative, fighting, Saturn in Leo energy. So that's a battle, right? Restrictions, a battle. Oftentimes can be really highly competitive energy. Strife, right? Strife is arguing and battling. Princess of Cups energy coming in as well. So a possible beginning of a love or a curiosity about love. So we're going to go through all four of them and see how they fit into your month and into each other and see if we can get a clear picture for you, Aquarius. All right, so let's cut your tarot deck here and let's begin. So that Tower moment, shocking moment, right, comes in with a Six of Cups, Three of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and another Page of Cups. So right away, there's a shocking moment to do with a love connection, right? There is an eye-opener. Tower energy is, oftentimes, it feels like divine intervention coming in, right? Something is happening very much out of your control. Something has come in and just kind of blown everything up in a way, or certainly it's opened up your eyes to something that you had no idea about. And it's really kind of shaking the foundation of a particular opinion or idea that you have. And especially here when we see the Six of Cups and Page of Cups, it's a love connection, some kind of connection that you have a history with. This could be a friendship, right? It doesn't have to be a romantic connection. Six of Cups can indicate, a history, memory, knowing each other. It can indicate deep bonds of friendship. So something is coming in regarding that. And interestingly enough, there is a feeling here, right, with that Queen of Swords and Three of Wands, as if perhaps seeing the real person, seeing the real, I don't know, it almost feels as though information has come into you about someone that you know that you're very close to, and there's some honesty coming in that's quite shocking to you, right? That's a real eye-opener. And at the bottom of that energy, we have that Page of Cups coming in. So it's like it indicates a desire to, we're going to go further, but it feels like something comes in for you in July, Aquarius, and I feel like it has something to do with a connection, a very deep bond that you have with somebody, but there's some truth or some honesty. There is some information that is coming in that's really going to be jarring, and it's going to reveal a lot about a particular connection you've had with someone. And it's going to lead to the beginning of something. It could be, with this Page of Cups here, Aquarius, it could be that someone you have history with or friendship with, you find out that there is more there than just friendship. You may find out, and that could be this Tower moment, just as finding out that truly in their heart of hearts, they have a curiosity about a next level of love with you. And so Page of Pentacles beginning to sort of like work towards a different sort of reality here. So yes, oftentimes Tower comes in and it's like, oh my God, it's going to be horrible, but it doesn't have to be. It's just that whatever it is that comes in really changes your outlook on something in a profound way. So let's go further. We have Seven of Pentacles, and in this deck, it is called failure, but oftentimes Seven of Pentacles You know, it's more Saturn energy, right? We have Saturn here and we have Saturn here also, but this time we have it in Taurus. And so it just seems like a feeling of being limited, a feeling of being restricted in your desire, you know, in your, I want to say, pursuit of abundance, right? In your pursuit of wealth and, you know, stability and all of that. It just feels like a feeling of not being quite where you want to be, right? And taking stock, you know, just taking stock. And sometimes there is that feeling of, am I failing? Am I failing? Let's see how this ties in. So, Two of Cups comes in. Interesting. King of Cups, Two of Wands, King of Swords. Wow. Okay, so multiple, and an Empress. Wow. Okay, so also for some of you, yeah, it's like this King of Swords. You have the Queen of Swords there. And I almost feel like this Queen of Swords I feel like this Queen of Swords is very much speaking to perhaps this connection here, the honesty of this person coming through with the connection. But you also have a king, two kings here. So, Aquarius, you may be finding yourself faced with two choices, right? You may be finding yourself faced with two possibilities in a connection here, or there is certainly two people in your life that are kind of on the on opposite ends of you in a way. One is coming in heavy with love, the other one is quite demanding, right? And has already sort of established a sense of what they want, and it feels like one is coming in a little softer with that King of Cups, but one is quite severe. Empress energy is there. Two of Cups energy is there also. Yes, some of you may be in a connection, Aquarius, but another connection, a friendship connection, is stepping up and stepping in. And this Seven of Cups, it's almost as if I feel like for some of you, this King of Swords may be somebody in your life that is really they may have added to a feeling of you not being quite where you want to be. There's a feeling of being quite restricted, perhaps, or dominated or domineering. This person is quite domineering. And it could very well be, Aquarius, that this is where you find yourself in July, kind of reevaluating where you're at. Because a new love interest or a new, I want to say, a new phase or stage in a particular relationship that you already have is coming. There may be a person in your life that you've known for some time stepping up and into wanting to be your King of Cups. And it's causing you to sort of really reevaluate where you're at. Two of Cups is there, Empress is there. You desire romance and you desire the ability to grow and to manifest. Empress energy, to be creative and to be abundant and all of that. And it almost feels as though there's been a stifling of that here, right? You may have felt quite stifled. Yes, Aquarius, a feeling that somebody who's a friend is stepping up into a lover position and maybe giving you uh just causing you, and here's your change of perspective, causing you to suddenly have a completely different perspective on what your future could be. I think perhaps for some of you, Aquarius, you were tied into a particular person, but it's almost as if this other person steps up and kind of shows you another possibility, shows you, you know, another possibility that's quite enticing. Two of Wands, there's a desire here to move forward with this, right? There's a desire. So then as we move forward with that Five of Wands, strife, again, strife is fighting, arguing, you know. Um, there's an old Cockney saying, something in strife, or I forget what it is, trouble and strife, and it's like a Cockney rhyming slang for wife, which is like so misogynistic, it's crazy, but that's it, right? That's, you know, trouble and strife, you know. So strife is arguing, bickering, competitive energy as well here. Somebody is coming in, and I think it may be these two individuals beginning to bump heads because they're competing for your energy. There is a breakthrough, though. Oftentimes, Five of Wands can lead to a breakthrough of just like realizing that you don't want to have this battle, or being worn out, right? Ultimately, Six of Wands comes after the Five, and that's a victory. So somebody's going to be victorious here. right? And oftentimes it's the person who's been as authentic as possible. Again, so let's see what comes in. Hermit energy. Seven of Pentacles again. Wow. And the Knight of Cups. Three of Pentacles and the Queen. So the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress, very similar energies. Hermit energy coming in. Wow. It almost feels to me like you, Aquarius, you feel like, you know what? Screw both of y'all. I'm stepping off and taking me a break. Right? Knight of Cups energy, Queen of Pentacles. It feels to me like you take some mean time, right? All of this bickering and this strife that's going on here is really causing you to be to feel like, you know what, I'm okay. Listen, I create my own beauty, my own garden. Queen of Pentacles is very much a self-sufficient. She's the survivor who's built all of this beautiful abundance herself, doesn't really need anybody. And so I don't know, I feel like towards the middle of the month, Aquarius, you start to get a little bit resentful about all of this nonsense over here because the strife is heavy. It does feel like it's heavy. And once again, Seven of Pentacles comes in because you're like, you know what, what am I doing? You continue to reevaluate. Three of Pentacles is there. It's like, I'm going to say for some of you, you kind of like begin to work towards something else entirely. Different, like, it almost feels like you kind of reevaluate where you're at and you begin to get counsel or advice or sort of interact with a whole different group of people, right? This may be people, it feels like people that you really, really respect, that you feel are your peers. Because along with all of this, there's a real sense here, Aquarius, that somehow your work has been affected by this, that somehow, again, because of the love connection is in your life or connection, and I do feel like it's with this King of Swords individual here, there's been a real stifling, a real sort of crushing of your creative energy, or yeah, the word stifle just keeps coming to mind. And it's almost as if by this arguing, this bickering, because again, it does feel like two people are competing for your love here. You kind of are able to say, hang on a second, I'm just going to take myself away, take some me time. And it really allows you to sort of begin to expand and grow. It like helps you begin to start to open up, right? It begin for you to start to sort of come out of that stifling energy, work on your job or your art or whatever it is that you do for a living that clearly means very much to you. Queen of Pentacles puts her heart and soul into her work because her work is very emotionally connected to her. So whatever the work is that you do, Aquarius, that you have felt quite stifled in or felt like, you know, am I really where I want to be? You're able to sort of move on that now because you're taking a break from all of this energy here. Right? Knight of Cups energy comes in. I think that's you moving towards what you desire, not necessarily moving towards a person. I think what you desire is increasing your work. You have Seven of Pentacles here. You're reevaluating. You decide, let me increase my work. Three of Pentacles, and then move up to that Queen. It's like, let me move towards what I desire. Let me move towards my passion. Let me move towards my work, and let me turn away from all of this distraction over here and all of this strife. Princess of Cups, which is the same as the Page. Do we have a Page? No, we had a Page of Pentacles. There's the Page of Cups. Strength energy. There's the Tower again. Justice coming in. Two of Pentacles and Nine of Swords. Wow. So what's at the bottom? High Priestess. You knew this was coming. For some of you, you knew this was coming. Definitely a feeling here of, when it comes to love, when it comes to like sort of, I'm going to say, moving forward with one of these connections here, I'm not, there's going to be a lot of strength that's going to be required here. There's a lot of, you come right back to this Tower moment, and it's like, I feel like you're juggling these two people with that Two of Pentacles. But one hand of you, you have this moment, this eye opener, and it's like, yeah, you're considering it and desiring it. And then on the other side of you, you have this kind of regret, anxiety, and worry. I think you find yourself really, really caught, and here's your justice balance, really caught between these two people, these two sort of possible lovers. And it seems to me, to one, you feel like you have this obligation and responsibility, and then to the other, you're having this intense moment that's kind of like a real eye opener for you, right? And so right now, you're trying not to make your decisions from a position of emotion, but like you're trying to be very logical and reasonable. But I don't think that this gets sorted out in July. This is just like beginning almost. All right, Aquarius? Justice does come in. There is kind of a rebalancing that comes in, or some kind of karmic energy that is sort of evened out here. But I think for a while you juggle both of them, because I don't think you're really ready to say goodbye to one, and you're really not ready to not take the option with another, right? And so you find yourself kind of wanting your cake and eating it too with that Two of Pentacles. But do take care, because justice requires, balance. Justice requires balance, okay? And justice is also karma, so be careful with this energy. Like, if you're nervous or anxious because you feel like maybe you're hurting somebody's feelings, or you're doing something, you know what I mean? You're veering into that third party energy territory, then listen to that, right? Listen to that. But yeah, I think you've been in a connection that you realize you've been quite unhappy with for some time in terms of how it's affecting your life. You see with the High Priestess at the bottom, you kind of already have an inkling of what's going on here and what's going to happen. But it's hard for you because, again, there is a connection you have with this person. But being with them just hasn't served you. Something about being with them just has not served you. And this idea, this King of Cups that's coming in, is someone I really strongly feel, Aquarius, that you've known for a long time and that you already have such a deep bond and relationship with. I'm not entirely sure that this King of Swords in your life, you really have that friendship basis, groundwork there, right? So let's go ahead. Before I'm going to get ready to close this reading, but before I close this reading and start the extended, I'm going to pull your Zodiac runes. So some of you are dealing with a Gemini. I'm going to pull 3. Aquarius, some of you are dealing with a Cancer. And some of you are dealing with a Leo. Leo showed up. Strength card is Leo. Two of Cups is Cancer energy. All right, as well. So some of the energy is here in the cards. Yeah, some of you may have Gemini, Cancer, Leo in your chart, or you may be dealing with either of those signs in this connection, or people may have that energy in their chart. But for right now, I'm just going to sort of wrap up by saying this is going to be an interesting month for you of July, Aquarius, where you're kind of like realizing somebody in your life has much deeper feelings for you than you ever thought. And it's a huge eye opener, and it really opens up a whole new sort of perspective. And I want to say, even dare I say, option for your life. While at the same time, you dealing with the fallout of your current relationship and what it's really done to your ability to increase your work, to sort of expand and do better, be promoted, increase your business, increase your art. There's been some stifling here in a connection, in a current connection that you have. And it's like this person who's a friend is just stepping up at the right time. There is, however, Aquarius, in the middle towards the end of, it feels like July, a lot of bickering around all of this. You may be trying to be juggling both of them. You may be saying to one person, oh, they're just a friend. You know, deep down in your heart that, yes, they're just a friend, but it's becoming more. So there's a little bit of, it's not quite third party betrayal energy like a 3 of Swords, but there's some 2 of Pentacles juggling this relationship and another relationship, juggling the two sort of entities, or the two connections that you have in a very real way. And there just continues to be I think some upheaval about that towards the end of the month, right? You continue to be anxious about what's going on, Nine of Swords, and have a lot of sort of like guilt and sleepless nights. There is a desperate balancing that needs to come in here with that Justice card, but it almost feels as though you're not going to be the one who can rebalance all of this and bring it into harmony. It's almost as if it has to sort of be given time, right? Given time for divine intervention and the divine sort of clockwork to happen and move forward, right? To see, because you and the two other people in this connection are all kind of emotional right now. Strength energy, you're emotional, and this whole situation just doesn't feel like it's going to be neatly tied up in July. It feels like it's going to reverberate for the next few months until you figure out, do you want your cake? Do you want to eat it? Because you're not going to be able to have it and eat it. All right, Aquarius, I do hope that this resonated. I'm going to call this reading a close, and then I'm going to go right on to the extended reading, and you can join me in the extended reading as well. Just follow the link at the top of the description below. But in the extended, we're going to be pulling clarifiers, and I'm going to be clarifying some of this a little bit more in detail, as well as pulling your animal spirits and your oracle cards. So, but for right now, Aquarius, thank you so much for joining me. I wish you and your cross watchers and everyone in your life, I wish you all love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you right back here on my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot, for your next tarot reading. Bye-bye now.